You really have to be established and ready emotionally and be mentally ready to ride that ride. I knew when I came in that commitment was a long-term commitment that I am giving my heart to, because these two families had committed to grow this business, and I'm committing to also continue growing it. Yeah, we can't predict a pandemic, but I also knew that I gave this commitment and it wasn't going to happen on my watch.
It's summertime in the flower industry, which means plenty of opportunities to grow your business. Our goal throughout this mini-series is to not only help you get through the season, but also gain valuable insights from professionals in the industry, our flower community, and our lovingly team. Welcome to Flower Shop Secrets, Summer Survival. Watch now on YouTube, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for new episodes. What's up, everybody? This is Joe Vega, and welcome to another Flower Shop Secret podcast, Summer Survival. Of course, we all know that florists are artists. Working in the flower industry means you get to regularly flex your creativity. Still, your skill set isn't limited to just flowers. After all, florists are in business. So let's take a look at how some florists use their creativity to run their shops from a business perspective. Let's go.
Last year was a huge wake-up call for us. We could not plan to depend on these wholesalers forever. We had to be able to supplement our product by at least 30 to 40% in future coming years in order to account for any losses that we were incurring from, just daily issues like, delayed shipments, FedEx not showing up, all of those things with ship-ins and with wholesalers.
When people are just getting started in the industry, or even consumers, they don't really know where product is coming from. And so to learn, for an event, you might have 50 different products that are coming from, 30 different countries. And so we really have to be price competitive, but also smarter in our buying habits and where we get our products. So that has been something we really just try to help or teach.
Our flowers are going to come in about 6 days before the holiday. Like I said in our previous episode, we do not chill anything. We have nothing in coolers. We are fully fresh in, fresh out. And 6 days is our magic number. It's not too long and it's not too short. And if we have any delivery hiccups in terms of the product getting to us, we know that we have enough time to pivot. Where last year we had so many issues with product flying into us with airport issues and, flights being delayed and things of that nature. We're prepared this year to get stuff from our local wholesalers, which were not open last year, as well as getting fly-ins. We are shopping with multiple wholesalers this year instead of putting all of our eggs in baskets with one wholesaler. We're going to spread it out between ship-ins, wholesale, and our local farmers. I've reached out to 4 different local farmers and said, I have a budget. This is what I want to spend. This is my color palette. Are you able to accommodate that? I'll come pick it up, or do you deliver? And reached out to them very early because I don't want to be that jerk at the last minute looking for flowers because one of my local wholesalers or my ship-in didn't arrive. I'd rather have it lined up now.
I've really made it a mission to focus on the floral industry, having worked on the import side and seeing how disconnected a lot of our wholesalers were to our customers and even beyond that, our farms. So we have really gone above to have our farms connected with our florists. And so people can actually see what products are being grown or what's available or what is new. Details was designed so that we can house any type of catalog of sorts of products. And so we have different representations from Ball, which is a breeder. So any product that Ball breeds is on our site. And so when our florists use that product, they get those specific varieties, so they know exactly what to ask their wholesaler for. But it's really interesting for Ball because they can see what products are trending or what months are these products going to be most sought after or most used. What should they plant more of? What should they sell more seeds of? So all of those products, we have Alexandra Farms on there, all their garden roses. When you're selling a wedding, you want to sell you're usually very color specific, but you would like to see, oh my gosh, there's 40 different varieties of different garden roses, and I want that one. So if you have the intention of what you're looking for, not only are you getting the name right, but you're also able to communicate that to your suppliers in a more robust like way. The supermarkets have definitely taken a large chunk of our like business. The growers and importers or exporters are just looking for ways to, peddle their wares, and the grocers are big buyers. I think it's our role to help convince consumers to support local florists just because they're needing that extra hand.
If you're looking for a local farm, I highly recommend getting on Facebook and looking at local gardening groups. We try and steer away from bad farmers and look for sustainable farmers. I think the best tool is to give them a set budget. Say, I want to spend $250 a week at your farm every single week, keeping a consistent amount of money, not necessarily variety. Because again, flowers are produce. So whatever is the best quality is what you want to offer your clients. You don't really want to cater to your clients. You want to cater to, what the farm is able to offer you. And then your clients will end up understanding that they can appreciate the better quality. You have to be resourceful and think in advance. If you go to the grocery store once a week, buy 2 cases of mason jars every time you go to the grocery store, because you don't want to show up on Mother's Day in a pinch expecting to see 4 cases and they have none, because you're not the only one looking for them.
You can always learn from somebody, right? So it's finding people to learn from, and your business, the core value or the core part of your business, your finances have to be in check. Your books have to be in check. It is worth it for you to either pay a professional or learn from a professional. If it worked for you to bring somebody in a part-time or casual role to work alongside you with that, look out of the box at who you're hiring. Maybe there's a retired bookkeeper looking for a part-time job that could teach you some of the bookwork and help you with it, and you could learn from them. Not everybody has the money to hire a chartered accountant to do their books, but you still have to maintain that and find somebody for sure.
We have had great luck on Instagram. We can call on our local family and friends. We can post stuff on Facebook Jobs, which is a great resource, and just say, day labor, X amount of dollars per hour. I give my bonuses to delivery drivers. I tell them right off the bat, if you show up on Saturday and Sunday, you get an extra $50 just for showing up. That's a good incentive to get people to show up on holidays when you're super busy and you don't have the regular staff, is just show people you appreciate them financially. Once they're here, they're in love. They come back every single holiday.
I always tell my employees to smile when they're on the phone, because you can tell when somebody smiles on the phone. You can hear it.
We evolve and change all the time. You adapt as the staff get to try new things. They might be afraid of using a product or trying a new technique, but you adapt to learn something new, and you grow and keep trying new things. And we work together on what flows best and what maybe doesn't work. And sometimes they end up with skills that I don't have. Maybe I get frustrated with something and maybe they do it well. And so we play off of each other and grow together.
We're in a business of people, and you have to go into it knowing that. If you don't, then you aren't going to be successful. Simple as that. You love the art of floristry, but you also have to really love the human connection.
You get to build a relationship not only with your customer that's buying the flowers, but with the person that's receiving it. And, they get to see you and talk to you and spend that little bit of extra time.
I try very hard not to mass produce anything going out of my shop. I really try my hardest to send out unique creations for everybody, just so that way they do feel one of a kind and they do feel special in that regard.
I really try to make the person feel like, even though I've got, 20 or 25 other orders that day alone to deal with, that they're the most important person I have that day to deal with. It takes a little bit extra effort and time, but it really makes a lasting impact. You're building that trust with that customer so that they'll come back time and time again.
It's a fine line where you can only make some of the people happy. There's a few people that complain probably almost daily, and it's usually the same 5 people, but they teach you so much about where you need to go.
You meet a client where they're at. Oftentimes, if there's a problem, sometimes I realize that it's not about me. There's really actually something else going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work, but I try my best to kind of emotionally remove myself from the situation and realize that there's probably something more going on behind it. But then at the same time, validate how they're feeling and, say, I understand what you're going through right now. How can I make it better?
If a customer calls us with a complaint, it doesn't matter whether they are right or wrong, we give them 100% satisfaction. If they complain, we say, we give you 3 options. We will refund you 100%. We will send another arrangement, that's the second option, or we leave it the way it is, and next time you order, your order will be free. Some of them will say, give me the refund, but I can assure you that next time I order flowers, I'm gonna go through you. And consumer loves that. When they are happy, you could come out and say, listen, since you are happy with the resolution, why don't you do a good review for us? You know what? They go into Google and they do a beautiful review for you, and that's pushing you up all the time. So never refuse to give a customer their money back or replace the arrangement. It's not gonna make me rich or poorer. What I want to be able to do is maintain my credibility. That's the name of the game today. Service, 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 and the consumer is always right.
You don't go to a restaurant and say, hey, I'll have the fish. I'm sorry, we don't have any fish left. You don't expect them to walk out. You offer them something else. If you're going to share love through the beauty of flowers, there's more than one way to do it. There really is. There's always more than one way to do it, and that's the joy of what we do in our industry. There's so many beautiful options, from plants to flowers to just cut bouquets and flower arrangements and whatever. There's all kinds of options. So always give them those extra options that they might not have thought of either.
In the past, when there were no Google reviews, a customer would complain and you will say, well, if you didn't like it, it's too bad, you already paid for it. Don't call me, don't bother me. In today's world, you cannot afford to do that because there is Google who's overseeing everything. And when a customer is not happy with your service, for whatever reason it is, they might not be right. It might not be a solid complaint, but if they have a complaint and they do a bad review in Google, people are looking at those reviews all the time, and that's going to maintain you in business.
You just have to treat them with that little extra service. I don't do that because I want their loyalty. I do that because I genuinely care. And I think people see that and they respond to that. There have been times where there's been a bad experience or something's gone wrong, and I've seen it as an opportunity, and then all of a sudden I've got a lifelong client. And I do tell people that if they have a really positive experience, please leave us a review. I think having the online orders where they can easily just click a link and then leave us a review is great. My reviews have really jumped up because of that.
We want to help your business bloom. Check out more episodes of Flower Shop Secrets. Watch now on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for new episodes.